This next story comes to us from denverpost.com. An Aurora Police Sergeant is on administrative leave after being arrested Monday for allegedly driving drunk while off duty and fleeing police once they pulled him over. Denver police arrested Aurora Sergeant John Moreland just after 3 p.m. Monday at 4720 Tower Road after an officer saw him weaving in and out of his lane, according to Moreland's probable cause statement. Moreland ran away from police after he was stopped, but returned to the scene a few minutes later, according to the document. Moreland's speech was slurred, his eyes were bloodshot, and his breath smelled of alcohol, according to the arresting officer.
Aurora Police Sergeant now on paid leave after his arrest on suspicion of a DUI. John Moreland is also charged with obstructing a peace officer. He's been with the Aurora Department since 2007. CBS 4 investigator Brian Moss has learned Denver police arrested Moreland on Monday while he was off duty. Brian also learned Moreland was arrested for a DUI in 2016 as well. Find out about the plea in that case in Brian's story at cbsdenver.com.
Court records show Moreland in 2016 was charged with prohibited use of a weapon while intoxicated. The charge was dismissed by an Arapahoe County judge as part of a deferred sentence after he completed probation. Moreland was suspended by former Aurora Police Chief Nick Metz for 60 hours in connection to the Arapahoe County incident, Longshore said. So here this Aurora, Colorado police sergeant, first he had an incident before where charged with a firearm while intoxicated, and he's still a cop. I don't get it. I think they would have pulled his, weapons certification and said, no, you're no good with guns. But then, here he gets arrested for DUI. Now, this is, remember, at least, it's probably more than that, but at least the second Aurora police sergeant to be involved in a DUI story. Remember the other one fell asleep behind the wheel? So Aurora, obviously some of the sergeants could have problems with alcohol, it sounds like. Do you think it has anything to do with last year and all the, what happened in the, the COVID and the riots and the protests and the looting and all that across the nation? Because law enforcement officers, it seems, are having a hard time this year. Seems like this is the year of the law enforcement officer. I don't know. But here this cop, I'm going to reiterate, Arapahoe County, he gets in trouble with a firearm while intoxicated. He's still a cop, charged with DUI, and he ran from the cops and then came back. And, he's on administrative leave. I guess they just can't fire him, right? Because if he's found not guilty, then, of course, he could sue for wrongful termination. But I don't know, man. What do you say? What do you guys have to say about this cop that, how many people has he arrested? I always like to throw in that hypothetical question of how many people has this cop arrested for DUI? And here he himself not only allegedly committing DUI, but running from the cops when they pulled him over. He's a sergeant, They're going to give him a slap on the hand. He's a sergeant. Probably a good sergeant. Let him go back to work. Anybody in Aurora, Colorado, you guys need to go over to that Aurora Police Department and start doing some interviews. We want to know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leo's. That's law enforcement officers. And I got one more coming for you. It deals with DUI.